So I am Tugdual Grall and I'm working as a technical evangelist at MongoDB. So we are a document-oriented database, an open source document database. The networking is great. I'm very impressed because I was not here last year, I was here 2 years ago. So new place, bigger place, and bigger user. In terms, we have a lot of networking discussions, very interesting discussions with developers, system administrator. It's a very interesting place to be. So we have different type of questions. Some people just discover MongoDB for the first time, so they ask really about which type of database we are, what are the key point or benefits or difference between MongoDB and relational database. When you were there, when waiting for me, it was typically this type of discussions. I had also very interesting discussion with existing users. They use MongoDB today and they want to learn more about new feature, what's going on, or specific question or one of their problems they have on a specific design, for example. So it's coming from a pure beginner to a very experienced people. So I think you have, first it depends, I think, for the country, on the culture, on the economics. So I will answer based on my experience, that is not necessarily only in Poland, but I will say fully MEA and North America, is really two things. The price also play for something. And one interesting part also about open source, so many developers or system administrators use a community version of the product to evaluate, to understand what is the benefits for their infrastructure. And when they start to be serious about it, they will go and ask for support and help. So it gives some flexibility to the IT to choose exactly which technologies they want to use. And I have to say that the relationship with the vendor, where it's an open source vendor, it's quite different because they have the product available for free. So as a software vendor, you have to be good at the service you provide at the top of it. The type of support, the type of relation you build, for example, with a partner like B2B, the way we want to work together as two companies, helping the distribution, the adoption of the technology. So I think it's price, relationship with the community and with the company. I have not created the company, I have not created the product far away. So it's interesting for me. I have a different profile because I spent 9 years at Oracle. So not open source at all. But when I switched to another vendors in 2008, I was looking for a new challenges, a new adventure. And I was really starting to think that the good way of building a software, it's at the top of a community. So I joined a company that has an existing community and try to meet the community, help people to understand the product, help people to contribute to the community. It's really more, for me, it's an afterthought. I'm coming from commercial closed source to an open source community. Just very interesting. And I think if one day I have to build something, for sure it will be open source.